with what is a great tribute to Final Fantasy XIII's mechanics inside of a great queer story.
Exactly. I just got one question for the audience here, real quick. Who's ready to go on a road trip?
Road trip!
All right, then, everyone, pile into the back seat because this car is leaving in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Get in the car, loser.
Get in the car, loser.
Good luck.
All right, so first
は
thing.
い、ということで次のタイトル、Get in the Car ルーサーが
First thing I saw this, I was like,
始まっ
how
て
you
ま
press
い
the
り
button?
ま
Like,
した
I
が
can't match that fast. Like, no, I just did hold it down.
はい、こちらのタイトルはですね、僕も遊んだことがありませんし、今回解説の方もですね、応募がないということですので、はい。もしかしたらね、有識者の方、チャット欄にもいらっしゃるのかもしれないんですけど、もしいらっしゃらない場合は皆さんでミリシラで楽しんでいきましょうという時間になります。ここからしばらく解説がいない時間が続きますので、もしスケジュールの方を見て、これ解説できるなという方いらっしゃいましたら、ぜひね、応募の方をしてみてください。
And like we only see one board right now, but we'll be soon find out be switching boards, and that's where the Final Fantasy XIII influence starts.
はい、RK 奏者であればいろんなテクニックがとかあるかもしれないんですけど、別にこのリストリーム遊んだことがあってこのゲーム知ってるよっていう方でもね、ウェルカムですので。
Meet the Jerk Patrol. The jerks, they summon enemies. We burn them down real fast.
もう本当に最前列で奏者の走りを見るぐらいの気持ちでね、一緒に楽しんでもらえたらなと思います。
Yep.
I need to put this on slot 3.
Right.
Go to slot 1.
Got those. Yep. And so yeah, each of the characters, the items that they have equipped give them abilities, and for each character they have access to different types of abilities. And so yeah, you see us just kind of go click, click, click through boards, and Evil licks his wounds to heal. That's unfortunate.
Oh wow, I didn't kill it first one.
Yeah, that's also weird.
We'll get it in a sec.
But yeah, so yeah, we just get to cycle through these boards, and just burn abilities.
Nope.
Not
one
quite yet.
more dialogue.
Yeah, one dialogue, then we get to learn how items work. Originally, the game did not have slots for items. You had access to your own inventory. This will be relevant later. Also, we have a special item on the right that we will start using soon. Welcome to Huge Pinch. Huge Pinch is great. And now we're going to see what happens normally, which is that because Huge Pinch is tough, we have something that is not on our boards.
車に乗れっていうタイトルだからなんかレースゲームなんかなと思ったんですけど、なんか普通に RPG やってますよね。戦闘してるのが。
Is another thing that kind of is referenced to Final Fantasy XIII. We're staggering enemies.
なるほど。なるほどな。だからコントローラーのキーそれぞれにキャラが割り当てられていて、表示されてる時間の間、入力を受け付けてて、押した回数だけ攻撃をしてくれるってやつですね。いわゆるあれですね、バルキリープロファイルと同じ仕組みの戦闘。
Yeah. Grace gets damage and more damage.
Yeah, Grace gets damage and even more damage when they've been broken. All right, we turn off story mode here because of the slowdown piece. We don't need the money anymore, and the Sword of Fate took a really long time to activate last fight. That wasn't because it was the first time, because we were in story mode. So yeah, this is the tutorial for fleeing, because the enemy had a little 4 by their name. That means their relative rank to ours is much higher. We are rank 1 at the moment. And relative rank determines the efficacy of your abilities in all respects. That's the boost item on the right. It gives you 15 seconds of +1 rank.
そうですね、ちょっと走ったらすぐ戦闘が始まってるのだいぶ当たり屋が多い世界なのかな。
We'll explain that a little more when it starts mattering. So here we learn about the money system of the game where you use gas points.
How do you pronounce that though?
I mean, I pronounce it gas points, but in the game they can pronounce it gas station emoji points. All right, and so we refuel, and here's where we start buying the things. So all of the items in this game are gotcha bags, and this is the tutorial for how you upgrade things, and you upgrade things by sacrificing items into them. So now that he got it +1 to its rank, so it is a effective rank 2. You can only do this once, one tier above.
なんか装備がガチャチェイスなんだこれ。
We will continue to buy more stuff because more stuff means more stuff to
装
sacrifice.
備10連ガチャ。
Improvement.
Get that.
Dragondarch is briefly switching to keyboard here.
装備厳選をしてる。
Because
Not so much for this one.
not so much for this one, but much more later.
だから2、3回ここで10連ガチャをして、いい感じの装備見つけたらそれ装備すると。
Is just fast. It's easier to mash down, up and down on a keyboard than a pad or a stick. Yeah, this is the first menuing. Really, we're getting everything up, and then we'll buy a couple of the next rank 2 stuff. Here's a good time, I guess, for donation reads or anything as we're finishing up this menuing. The other menuings will be longer, and we'll have even more time for that.
That should be right. Good.
Yep.
Buy some rank 2s.
So we can fit in a donation or two before we get back on the road.
All right. Well, let's see. We have a $25 donation from Big Sphil saying, "Yeesh, ain't even like that. Good luck to Martin the homies." And $50 from Murdoch saying, "I'm so ready to get in this core." Thanks so much.
Thanks, Murdoch.
Yeah, we bought some rank 2 stuff. Each pack comes with 9 items of the rank and then something rank plus. So you can, and so we take that. We end up with like 4 rank 1 things here, rank 2 things here, effective. Game has a new feature where you can put items in slots. Again, we used to not have that feature. This is
that tutorial that comes up. Normally, Valentin will walk very slowly from the bottom of the screen up. When that tutorial comes up, it interrupts it and just puts him up there.
一応スチームにもゲーム
that to our benefit
あるみたいですね
in。terms of cutscene speed.
愛と正義のために戦う。
Quickly, we're doing another thing here.
ロードトリップ
Changing
RPG。
our effective rank because the money that you get is determined by your effective rank, which is the average of your lowest ranks across your boards. And
で選択肢で進んでいく話が進んでいくビジュアルノベルとあとは JRPG ですね古典的な JRPG の影響を受けて開発された戦闘システム
Game over is just running out of money and not being able to afford gas.
yep. So we spend a lot of time in this chapter by getting the money to
で、ゲームが構成されていると
You can now see that the road
いうふうに
system
書かれ
is
てます
working. You can move up and down what lane you're in to determine what's coming next. So, like if you, like sometime as you go on in the game, those numbers for like kilometers to next thing will stagger and be different, and so we will eventually be able to avoid all encounters. In the first chapter, that's less true. But yeah. And the reason we do a lot of this money in Chapter 1 is because the game adds mechanics and complexity of mechanics as we go along. You note that the boost item that Dragondarch was using is happening right before the sword goes into big pinch or huge pinch because that maximizes the amount of time we have with our boards with the boost for power.
Not so much an issue with that fight. 'Cause
Yeah.
the fight goes pretty quick, but later on that
3
actually is
つ
gonna
の選択肢が出てきてでこれで休むか戦闘するかで進んでるんでなんかローグライトっぽさちょっとあるんですよね
Rank back up. The shop doesn't let you buy things unless you
ちょ
are.
っとどころか多分これはローグライト
So we get some more timeless
全
treasures.
部で何ステージあるのかちょっとわからないんですけ
almost all
ど
my money.
Yeah, I think you leave like 30 because we can't buy the next tier. Next
Yeah.
tier costs 40. The
Yep.
first two tiers cost 30 gas points each. Your gas tank holds 100 gas points worth of gas.
Which is about 160 kilometers.
Mhm.
All right, now I actually have to get these ranked up. What did
Yeah,
I got way too many books.
Way too many books. I hate the books in this
あ
piece.
ちょいちょくガチャを開けていくでいい武器が入ったのかどうか
Like I never
チェックしてい
upgrade
くま
books
るで
to start with.
I don't think I have any more.
ま
No,
るで
I
ソサジェの異物厳選みたいだ
Yeah, that's difficult.
すごく知識感があ
But
る
yeah, we do need to keep the level 1 items around for
でいらないもの全部売る
money manipulation thing. And otherwise, we're just trying to throw more things into the pit. And yeah, a couple more donations wouldn't go amiss.
売ってんのかな強化に使ってるのかもしれないですね
Well,
wait, what did I miss?
this would be a good time to mention that we have
Oh, right.
a
Never mind.
whole bunch of incentives open for the run coming up after this of Final Fantasy VIII. There's bid wars for the concert music, for naming Renoa and Squall, and for and incentives to fight.
次は戦闘するか戦闘するか戦闘するかさあ選べってなってますね。で全部レベル3と。
Donate to Nami.
Absolutely. Love to see Final Fantasy VIII get some time on the sun. Big fan of the PSX Final Fantasies. All of them are big, but. And yeah, now you're starting to see the staggers here, where we're able to either choose the most profitable fights or avoid fights entirely. Right. In this case, again, we've got the fight in every lane.
Yeah, chapter 1 is just full of these.
Just full of them. Yep. So here you can change target. We take out the healer first, obviously, and then we maul down huge pinch. Same deal. I won't fall her in the face of evil. And boom. Yeah, it's a 3, so it's a 52%. Yeah. Yeah, now our boost is putting
このなんか
things called attack 2++. The extra plus comes from
歯の
boost.
白
I
い
usually know that boost is on and active here. And so yeah, we are effective rank 4 when boost
剣っていうのが運命の剣かっこ闘神、まあ闘神そういうこともあるでしょう。まあなんだまあそうですね。うん。はい。
All of my equipment upgraded to rank 3+, and that's the best I can do in chapter 1.
Yep. As you bound.
Right.
Refuel
Chapter
first.
1, they will not let you buy trinkets until you refill your gas.
Yes, as Dragondarch mentioned, the way
ちょっと闘神という時点でちょっと用語ができない。
recoverably is you run out of gas and have no money.
こう遺跡の奥にあったお宝を売ってたりとかそういう感じじゃなくて闘神なんだ。ちょっとね、こうはっちり書かれると。
But that's still kind of the only. But you know, for the moment at least, we have to get gas at gas stations. But yeah, we buy all of the 3s that we can because we're going to shove them all in the upgrading pit. Now, I guess it's a good time to talk about not only does upgrading up their things for lore fiends, it gets you extra road stories. There is a wide variety of road stories that are excellent, fun bits of world building or just good jokes that are really cool. Sometimes cool, sometimes just interesting. There's a couple of them that actually, there's one that literally tells you how the last battle will go, and I'll talk about that one when we get to the last battle. But yeah, you can see the flash by briefly there, and to get the road story.
まあそうですね。世界を救うためなんで、まあ誰が犠牲になったんでしょうね。これはね、ちょっと。
So it's not hard to do to get the lore. Just kind of have to do it.
Alright, we're all
運命の剣なんでしょう。だから、
We're going to continue to down
まあ
rank
運命ってね、
every time I come out
結
of a
局
gas station or go buy a gas station,
受け身で
down rank
待ってても
so I
ね
can get more money.
来ないんですよ。だから自分で
You're going to see the big difference
掴み取りに行かなきゃね
in the moment. I can put that on.
っていうね、
So yeah, now we're going to get
まあ
537
即興で思いついた名言があるんですけど、
This is why I want to get up to rank 3+ so quickly, because when I come out of the gas station, it sets the level of all the enemies for the next section of road, and it allows me to down rank. So now we're technically
だいぶ適当なこと言ってますよ。まあ
so we're getting like 4 times what we would normally be getting.
And so what we're doing there is we're making the first board starts with 4 delay, so you can't do anything. But if you page
まあ実際積極的に効率じゃねえわ。効率言っちゃった。違う。行動しないとチャンスってものにできないですから。ただこれがまさかね、盗むっていう手段だったとはちょっと思わなかったですけども、まあ。
Right, that's how we're kind of like, oh, the game thinks you're rank 1, haha, yeah, you know, here's your differential, it's a lot of money. It's like that, no, like we're rank 4, buddy. Surprise to you. Yeah, we're gonna be going up to something close to 3,000 gas points before we get out of this chapter. You know, and the big chunks, the 500s, right? Like that's easy. But it takes some of the fights aren't quite as profitable.
So this is an optional gas station right here. I don't have to go in, but I do have to reset my equipment. So when we go buy it, it'll set the enemies in the next section to the higher rank.
Yep.
And then as soon as I go buy it, I need to switch back to the lower rank so that I set the money again.
レベルの概念ってあるんですかね。
So right now I can go back to my lower level equipment.
多分ないんだ。だから装飾心とか装備心のレベル
Why is it way up here?
とか、あとその強さによってチェラの強さが完全に決まるタイ
The
プの。
menuing gets a little weird depending on how many items you have to sacrifice, and yeah, stuff
Yeah,
happens.
each rank, right? Like because non-full ranks go down and skip mass ways. And if you're trying to do kind of a top to bottom wrap, they also act strange. So that is just how that works.
Careful in case it attacks.
Yeah, the huge pinch a huge pinch rank 4 before we boost can legitimately decide to hit the same person 3 times in one attack and end them.
And if we're not boosted, it does 45 damage a hit.
Yeah.
We only have 100 HP.
We only ever have 100 HP. In fact.
Yeah, in this game, there's no like experience levels or anything.
Yep.
Everything is just base, and enemies for that matter don't get more HP. They just get higher rank, and the lower rank you are compared to them, the less damage you do.
Yep.
That's kind of the way the game is able to keep the difficulty up and make sure you're upgrading your equipment as you go.
Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of a nice twist on sort of equipment-based levels. I find equipment-based levels in game design much easier to handle. The less constraints you have around that point, the more you end up with things kind of like, oh, this off-angle thing is suddenly incredible or disastrous. Dirt patrols, they do summon more, but they are also very soft.
Yeah, they only have 15 HP. 20, I think, actually.
Okay.
Gonna head to the gas station.
Yep. All right. I brought my notes, which is to say my fully completed copy. I'm going to read you a lore Bible for the fox shell, which is a rank 2 item. I heard that foxes have such big fluffy tails.
ガスステーションじゃなくてガスシュラインなんですね。
and get a mouthful of nothing when they attack. For the same reason, I always pad my bra before I go to the beach. It's one thing for boys to squeeze my body when I'm flirting with them, but I'll never let them put their hands on my heart.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh no, it's a rank 2 one. You use it briefly, but you move past it quick.
Right.
In chapter 1, and because you're kind of racing to the rank 3s, right? So the 1s and the 2s kind of get ignored a little, and for the 3s, and similarly the 4s, 5s, and 6s, we try to get to 6 as fast as we can, and so on, right? So sometimes you don't
剣
necessarily
を
get
掲げて
like all of them.
必殺技を叫ぶと
Stories. But since there's a playtester, I
かっちょいい文字とともに
saves where I've done everything. I have a full ranks of backup saves for like the entire thing.
まあでもさすがにワンパンではない。
Yeah, no, it's love that particular one. And yep, there's just big pinch, just a big pile of HP. A huge pinch. I keep calling big pinch. He's huge pinch. Like, that's not what huge pinch down.
I wish we could get around these enemies, but there's just no way, unfortunately. This chapter forces you to do a number of fights. So.
Yeah.
But I'm glad because it does give me all the money I need without having to go out of my way for like extra fights.
Yeah, again, 500 money for 3 foes. This is a triple dolphin.
Yep.
Yeah, it's triple dolphin. Yep. Just like dolphins aren't hard. They don't do anything except fight and except attack and die. So we kind of tear through them pretty quickly.
Something else I should note, the difficulty not only increased how much money we get, it also, when you're on story mode at least, it makes it so you refill to full HP after every
敵の名前が
what HP you have
悪い
after the fight
イルカ
after every fight.
Right.
Because in battle, when you take damage, you take temporary damage. And when you heal it, it only heals part of it. Or rather, it doesn't heal it permanently. You lose it when you get out of battle.
まあ明らかにいい感じではなさそうでしたね。悪そうではあった
You can keep track of this in combat. You'll see the green HP and then the gray HP. Gray HP is in battle healing. Again, on things that aren't story mode, that gray HP does not carry out in any way, so you have to use recovery items during the play of the game. It's a force. There's no out combat magic healing, so to speak. But yeah, you can see it mechanically if you're watching the HP bars. You can see the gray stuff come in as things take damage.
You'll see it more later.
You'll see it more later on. We're not really healing right now.
Nurse Scott.
Combat anyway.
スクイードかなんかスクイードなんでナースのイカ
Sam getting it is pretty rare because Sam really doesn't really do that much damage.
Right. Again, Sam has the Ravager. Right. Like Sam's job is to build up stagger bar, and heal. Right. The damage comes from attacks and
ちょくちょく
destruction.
敵の名前が面白いですね
Valentin and and Grace are the ones that handle those. So we won't
Got that off just in time. That would have killed Sam if any one of those hits hit without the
boost on. Yep. Yep. And so yeah, when Grace pulls the sword, you'll see that the splash screen. I won't falter in the face of evil. That is a tribute to Sam's hero icon, who we won't see. And like she was martyred by the rise of the Machine Devil. We haven't really talked about the story of the game much from that initial thing. This is a world of the world it's on the under heaven, the kingdom of under heaven. Every
言われてみればずっと海沿い走ってますもんね。どの辺なんでしょうね。
And a cycle, the hero always defeats them. Oh, boss fight.
多分九十九里浜とかその辺を多分今ね走ってると思うんですよ。
And you can see the boss has
なんとなく。
a big purple woman tied to their chest. This is relevant in terms of the combat. We'll see it short.
名前ちょっとまあこういうドラゴンもおるやろな。九十九里浜やったら。
Okay, maintain the chain. That's good.
Yep. Walter, face evil. Pow. Alright. Ravage.
Good. Kept the chain all the way through.
Yep. Chain, you can see, increases the damage on the left side. Right. And now the enemy becomes untargetable, but when you hit Angela, her blood makes the enemy both targetable and then enables this beam attack from them. And so you kind of have to switch targets, hit Angela as lightly as you can, and then get back to targeting the main boss. All right, and here's where we're going to do the burn down shortly.
I'm going to wait till after this attack goes
After the
off.
attack, and then we're going to try and burn them down quickly to prevent another cycle of invisibility, and boom.
Perfect. So the game only cares about what the boss's state is when I cue the attacks up, not when the attack actually goes off. So even though it was untargetable, I was able to just continue doing damage because I had everything queued up in
おっと
advance.
これでアンジェラかな。アンジェラっていう
Just quick kill it like that.
子が仲間になったと。
So yeah, after each act, there's a little food scene. Shout out
最
to
終
Johnny
的に4ボタンで戦闘するっていうのもあれですね。やっぱマルチリプロファイルと
Right now, we're going to go with the all-day breakfast.
All-day breakfast. Yeah, never mind the all-day breakfast.
同じ。やっぱあの戦闘システムを考えたとすごいと思うんですよね。第一なんでマルチリプロファイ
is an
ル。
angel, a literal angel in this literal kingdom under heaven. She was captured by Machine Devil cultists tied to the boss and used to try and power the boss. The boss, which is 1% of the Machine Devil's awakened power. And now she's free, and she's like, yeah, actually, I'm gonna go with your heroic quest. I'm gonna try and figure out that, do something that wasn't necessarily in the plan. So that's why she's gonna hang around for a bit. We are gonna do
装備ガチャの時間だ。ということで装備10連ガチャを
all of our money.
2回。
And so yeah, we get
3
access
回。
to rank 4 and 5 stuff in this chapter, and we will of course be, rushing rank 5.
40連目。
So
50連目。
we're by 9 packs. By 9.
60。
And then because each one comes with a +1, we just slap all the pluses
70。
on it, and then we're ready to take the next round.
さあそろそろ一般的な書写での天井を90連目。
The fives are
まあこの辺が天井ってゲーム多いんじゃないですか。あ、天井叩いた。
rapidly menu, and again we're kind of seeing, the speed of jamming the up arrow key versus mashing on the controller. This is a good time for some messages. Otherwise, I have plenty more lore Bible stories to read.
All right, just
装
wanted to
備の数字が4とかになってますね。ランクかな。多分装備ランクが4とかですかね。
Final Fantasy VIII. Fighting the Steel Guardians needs slightly under $1,000 more to happen, and Sing Eyes on Me is just about halfway to the $1,000 of donations that it needs for that to happen. Remember to put your donations towards that when you are on the donation page.
新しいキャラの人はさっき九十九里浜走ってたあたりでなんかドラゴンにくくりつけられてたんですよね。
Final Fantasy XIV,
ドラゴン倒したら仲間になったって感じなんでちょっと流れはちょっとよくわかんないです。
Battle of Big Boardwalk. One of the items we end up equipping here is Promo Bottle at rank 5. Promo Bottle is a good thing to remember for the future. Everywhere Agi, the previous hero, went, no matter how in need the people he helped were, they always gave him gifts for the road. Surely he needed their healing elixirs more than they did, they insisted. He treasured these kindnesses, and when he finally arrived to fight the Machine Devil, he amassed a small stash he'd saved up. He wanted to hold on to them until it really counted.
天使なんだ。天使はまあ羽ありますから
Enemy
ね
had an。ability that causes unused healing items to magically explode from afar. Yes, the game has told you one of the final boss's mechanics, and it is to blow up your stored elixirs. Use your item, people. A trick also happened here. We didn't really get to. We didn't actually have to equip Angela for the ranking magic to work. She wasn't part of the calculations, so we only needed to do 9 buys and not 12 in that first set. Now, of course, we are equipping her because she does matter in the calculations. We're getting her rank 4 pluses or 5 pluses. Big thing happens here is we get access to the bleed type mechanic. The first chapter's abilities are very cut and dry. The second act is where we start to get kind of more complicated abilities, things that attack everybody, things that cause status effects. Bleed is a causes status effects and also self damages. But it does good work for us in general. We get to skip the radio stuff by holding down start. That was a later added feature. But we just holding down start a couple more times, and that will cause some fairly jarring transitions. Again, we're leveling down here, or ranking down here, so we get access to a little bit of
ランクが低い人いや全部中華にぶち込むのかなと思ったんですけど、ちょっとだけ残してるんですよ。なんか理由があるのかわかんないけど。
And we're very overranked compared to these. These are only rank 4. I'm now
Right.
rank 6.
Yep. And yeah, this is the beginning of the chapter, right? Like the last chapter had 1 through 4s, right? Like we're starting at the end of last chapter, right? Like we're gonna see 4s, 6s, 7s, right? So yeah, a joke that happened there is Angela has the average capability of the party of people that she's with. On average, the car can't drive, so Angela can't drive. That's like that is the joke there, but like and that is also the joke why is an angel only versus like
なんか鎖持ってましたこれ。天使が。
the answer is that she's just kind of magically bound to be at the party level of the surrounding madness.
She'd be too powerful
She'd be too powerful.
if she was in her true form.
Right.
いや
Yeah, that's just the nature of things.
鎖持ってたら普通振り回すんかなって思うじゃないですか。
Certainly had a keen eye for relative scaling.
So from here on out, there are no more forced encounters on the road. There are 3 encounters we still have to finish to be able to get through this chapter.
Right.
They're quote-unquote optional.
They're not really
Question
optional.
mark.
I don't think they're optional. So the
They're-
first chapter, like the story really is just like we're escaping and like we run into a machine devil guy and whatever, and we free Angela. Oh right, we're out of gas.
Well, I guess that's the run.
We did tell you being out of gas ends the game.
I tried. They didn't put any gas.
They didn't put any gas stations.
This
That's literally what happens. That they literally didn't put any gas stations in here. You are forced to gas out here.
This seat is terrible. I hate when they put gas stations.
もうちょっとこう
Your life's like a
RPG
world of gas.
だったらこう術師とかさ、こうヒーラーとか
She is an app developer.
Made with a pro to that. Oh yeah. Register to remove water.
役割分担するものだと思ったんけど、今んとこみんな肉弾戦してんですよね。
Charges you a 5% convenience fee to restore your gas over your app.
Yep.
Yep.
She transfers gas.
Yeah, you could fill up from your menu. Just use gas line. Give her a 5-star rating, please. Grace doesn't get that.
We don't question where the gas comes from.
We don't question it. We know better. Grace is incredibly confused by this concept. She does not understand the physics here. Valentin and Angela and stuff are just like, oh yeah, no, that's really convenient, right? Like that's, how do you get the gas here? Like, well, you pay for it in the app. It's like, no, how do you get the gas here?
We don't worry about that.
We don't worry about that. So yeah, we'll be using Gasline exclusively for gas for the rest of the game. Even if we're at a gas station, we will use Gasline.
Unless we are buying trinkets.
Unless we're buying trinkets.
Then we will actually buy it in the gas station. 'cause I
まあ
have
ゲームの紹介文でね、まあ愛と聖司の
This is Angela
バトルって
having
言
a
ってるんで
conversation with a different angel about perhaps the purpose of being an angel. And we go into the treasure book.
愛とはフィジカルであり、聖司とはフィジカルである。
Lucy.
Dang it. For some reason I thought June. Lucy. And yeah, she is the one in charge of side quests, because side quests.
I picked up only one side quest. It's not really a side quest. You have to finish this to get the boss to show up.
Yeah. Yeah, meet our little Mo Blob over there. She's having some issues with cultists. See, I was talking about the Machine Devil and the Machine Devil cultists, right? Like, normally the Machine Devil and the Machine Devil cultists get a good 10 plus years to
ジェ
make
ット・イン・ザ・カー・ルーザーっていうのは要するに
everything.
戦って負けた人がどんどん車に乗ってパーティー増えていくってそういうことだったんですね。やっとタイトルを理解しました。
It's not too bad. And Grace, we're starting to see the Machine Devil cultists come back. Grace is just like, you know what? No, it's year 988 in the cycle, and I don't care. We're going to pick up the sword and kill the Machine Devil right now, because why do we have to wait? Why do we have to wait for the Machine Devil to kill thousands? Like, nope. Now is the time. And they had the sword, and she stole it. And that is why we are here. Because the Machine Devil is coming back, and normally Heaven's just like, yeah, it's just the cycle, man. And we're not interested in that.
多分ね。いやわかんないんでね。
You can see the machine, you can see the cultist, and you can see in the name Black Shirt that we're referencing something which I've already mentioned.
This guy unfortunately does downrank when I downrank, so he's going to be.
何本見ても面白いですね、この天使のアンジェラちゃんの攻撃方法。
And yeah, the quest in this thing kind of puts you through 3 Machine Devil cultists. Right, like as you know, because they're harassing this girl. The Devil's Lettuce. Shout out to the Devil's Lettuce. Angela's phrasing. Angela continues to be a source of comedic delight.
She's just trying to understand this world a little better.
Yeah.
You know.
The angels are all knowing, but not all understanding. Is the way that the game puts it at some point. And I think that's a really good way to think about things like that sometimes. It's like you can know every fact can be available to you, but how you put them together, maybe you didn't do that right. Maybe there's another way to look at things.
So I just used an item called 5 Battle Energy.
ジモン中継ですかね、車の位置的には。
5 Battle Energy gives me that for entire battles, and it gives it to me for 5 of them.
ほら、戦うのか
I am permanently
休むのか
+1 over what my current rank really is.
Yeah, it saves us some menuing. It lasts for the entire battle, but what's not to like? I mean, surely we're going to do that a couple times to get to the end of the game, right?
Sure.
Well, let's find out.
Yeah.
How many comments going to be left in this RPG, right? Oh, hey, look, there's a 7 Machine Devil cultist. Well, this will be a fight. And yeah, the language of the game is uncompromising in the sheer horror and terribleness of the Machine Devil cultist. In the intro scene, literally a Machine Devil cultist comes out and starts harassing you for being a degenerate, and Valentine just steps up and punches him. Like the game does not start at a crawl. The game
まあ
starts.
そうですね、このタイトル、日本語はないみたいなんですけど、まあでもそんなに長い英語でもないし、
The boss. So Stump, if you have
訳しながらやるのはそんな大変じゃないんじゃないかなと思いますね。
All right. I wanted to give some shout outs to the people involved with our foreign language restreams. Our French restream can be
まあ基
found
本
at
的にはまあ
twitch.tv
女性同士でイチャイチャしながらこう進んでいくっていう感じの流れっぽいので、
Japanese_restream. If those restreams could help you better enjoy the marathon, please go check them out and send them some love.
Yeah, I love the Foreign Rangers restreams. We've done a couple of, English in turn does some restreams with like RT in Japan, or Speedons recently had an English restream. Where I love bringing the games we love to more people, and I love being a part of it. So yeah, go and support them. So, they do great work, and huge fans. And sometimes the Japanese restream will redraw things that are very funny. I've had that with some of my Legend of Mana runs. It's been great.
All right, we got our last Black Shirt here. They let you. Each character is kind of responding to the Black Shirts themselves, kind of showing what they think of them.
Right. Yeah. Well, the first time you run into a Black Shirt, wounded bullies target the weak. Well, too late. You're dead.
That happens.
Yeah. The first one's with Grace, second's with Valentine, third's with Angela. Right. To kind of give you a little bit of their perspective on confronting the Nazis of the world.
So
Okay.
now there's going to be one more forced gas station, and then we can go engage the boss. I'm going to do the rest of what menuing I need to do. Oops, the 1 kilometer one.
Yep. Briefly, for 1 kilometer, we ducked to the side. So yeah, what we just saw there in the conversation that we skipped, the girl that we've been helping calls us and says that like the abuse, like the abusive boyfriend is like is kind of harassing me. I'm stuck in a diner, right? Like, and you guys help me out. And so, yeah. And so,
All right.
Team 3 girls, 1 they is riding in to save the day.
So this next boss does have a quick kill, but it's not consistent. The boss actually, there's some randomness to it and whether I can hit it. I'm gonna stay like perfectly quiet and hope.
Yeah,
I can hit it.
And yeah, we labbed it out a bit last night and a bit in the morning. Okay, so we're gonna wait for them to move towards us. Then we force into the battle, and here we go. This is a boss that is a test of elements. The entire combat. Now that we've been doing it,
We got
Gaius.
green's good.
possible.
Yep, green's the most common here for us in this configuration. And then we kind of set up some cycles to hold combo as we build up our damage. We have specific times when we'll break out of this to use the Sword of Fate. And we'll use the Sword of Fate to kind of break his scripts. But yeah, so he's an element test normally.
Okay.
なんだスタンドが
Usually, usually the phase changes come with a attack. We skip the attack at least, if not the phase change. And each of our board.
I didn't get it. I told you it's random.
Yeah. So the theme here is that Gaius has a couple of girls, and he's abandoning them for attack effect. But like he's cut off his arm. You can see that he's had a Machine Devil replacement for the arm, where like he is gone full Machine Devil cult at this point. And in fact is a serial abuser, abused Valentin before Valentin became a they them in the open. And so he spends this entire battle misgendering 2 characters in the party. And that's relevant when we move into Act 3. But yeah, this guy's trash. And he's, the allies, they switch his
メガネの色がどんどん赤くなっていってますね。
so we have to change it.
最初は透明だったけど緑色になって HP が減ってきて赤くなってる。
We're on the water board with the 2 water symbols next to Sam and the Grace. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That could have been a lot faster, but he just, like I said, there's a lot of randomness to it.
Yeah.
It depends on his turn order. It depends on just kind of what he feels like doing.
Yeah.
It's not really super consistent, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah. The Dragondarch world record run
Yes.
has the quick kill in it.
My world record run was where I discovered the quick kill even existed. Also, I'm taking all day breakfast again because I think I deserve it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But yeah, I discovered that quick kill by complete accident because I did the button inputs just exactly how they should be, and I'm like, how did I do that?
Yeah. I've been labbing it ever since to make it more consistent.
Unfortunately, if his first element is water, it's very inconsistent, and if he takes a turn very early, it's also pretty inconsistent.
Yep.
I didn't want.
You didn't want to stamp.
I didn't want to stamp. Get out of there, I need
Refuel.
gas.
Buy. All right. So again, we're going to do basically the same thing we did last chapter. We're going to buy enough stuff to rank up to 6, and then we're going, 6+, and then we're going to rank up and set up 7+ in this chapter. Yeah. So.
いやーガチャはいいですね。
A couple of more things are going to
い
happen.
つ見てもいやいいのか。
Again, another big bit of menuing fun. Let's
まあ無料で回す分はねいいんですけど。
Your Bible, go. Rank 7, Stove Lighter, Agi's Flute. Oh, no, I want to talk about that one later. Rank 7, we do get
これ
Agi's
瞬筋で見れないんですけど、装備のランクは6とかか、6になってますね。だいぶ強くなってる。
Which have 4 faces, an eagle, an ox, a lion, and a human child. In the
今
city
手持ちが5プラスなん
of
で、
the
一
humans
気
are
に
picked by the divine order to police human affairs. They each wear a different chest patch on their uniforms to
6
show which
プ
of
ラ
the
ス
4 faces they represent. Which is ironic because I went to high school with
更
guys
新
who
できそうですか
were
ね。
eagle and lion, and I'm pretty sure those losers are actually just giant babies too.
I don't have another one of those. I'm going to rank this up.
He's a treasure. Okay, here's Emily's story because this is a longer menu. For weeks, Machine Devil cultists have burned huge bonfires of degenerate books across campus. More gathered with each event with stolen school books they claim to be propaganda. When the cultists arrived, the East Bank librarians formed a wall of bodies and signs to keep the students inside safe. The cultists grew frustrated, their bonfire waning without new material. One, Dylan Southwind, hurled a piece of flaming debris at a librarian's banner but missed. Only one person died that day. The librarian, Emily Harmless, died from severe burns. But the barricade held, and she proved the words on her handmade banner true: I won't falter in the face of evil.
All right, now I can get these. Now I'm looking for cracked bells.
That's right. Cracked bells have an ability. They're the highest tier bleed items we get access to.
One.
And we want to outfit our team with at least 6 of them, ultimately.
Yep, we need 6 for the rest of the game. Not on that one. 3, 4. One of them's already ranked up. 5, just more. There is 6.
There it is, okay. And yeah, again, I mentioned that bleed's kind of like a hurt me, hurt you, love of increased power. And we get a healing technique in the last chapter that makes that drawback basically non-existent.
あ、そうだ、今更筋る情報なんですけど、このタイトルもビットというか、まあ、寄付金額のゴールが設定されてまして、これの RTA 走り終わった後に DLC ボスかなと戦闘をするっていうのをやるらしいですね。で、勝者さんのスピードランドットコム上の記録が57分44秒ってなってまして、世界1位の方ですね。で、これが終わってからなんで、まあ、ビットの戦闘込みの時間で1時間10分ってことなのかなと思います。
Absolutely, we are. A little more ranking up here.
Yep. Get those cracked bells to the max. Cracked bell has a pretty good story too, honestly.
Hunt. There we go.
And
Everything should be right. I got all my bleeds.
Yeah, we have our life passives.
世界1位の方ですね。ていうか、総称なんですけど、このタイトルの総者がエニーパー、ノー DLC、オールクエストと結構少ないみたいで、そうですね、今からこのタイトル走れば、もう確実に世界3位にはなれる。日本1位になれると。
Pretty quickly, the birthday candle. Traditionally, when a royal child is born, their name is proclaimed on a banner on the castle gate and left to spread slowly across the country by word of mouth. But traditions never anticipated the modern capitalist engine. So the whole country learned about the royal birth all at once through magazine articles and a blitz of unauthorized merchandise. Thousands of boys and girls alike were named after him, and that's why Crown Prince Samuel
ちょっと目離してるうちに車に一人しかおらんなってるんですけど、なんかあったんですか？
is one of those people. And Sam is, we are on Prince's Road, so given the name for the prince under heaven, Samuel. This is Sam's in a psychic isolation field, and this is Sam's trans trauma. This chapter is Sam working
ちょ
through.
っと車に乗る人、これどうやって走ってるんですかね、これ。操縦席に座ってない。操縦席運転席に座ってない。後ろの席に座ってる。誰が運転してるんですか、これ。
And Gaius in the last battle says, I don't want to hurt three girls, right? And we know that
まあそうです。自動運転の可能性はある。
Val as a girl. So that means that he's clocking Sam as a guy. So the misogynist has hit Sam where it hurts. And Sam is posting through it.
Working through a lot of internal trauma right here.
Yep. And yeah, these little splash screen cuts are really fun. And then you note the dialogue to the right? Like we've been picking the top option just because it's fastest, but I mean they've all got good writing behind them. This chapter you're forced to use the Sam-like options a lot, and the other options are kind of interesting twists on and like how you could answer, but Sam-like is the one that gets chosen, and it's the 4th in the list, always.
Oh, so at this point, I don't need any more money. I've got enough.
自動運転もまあレベルで設定されてて、基本的に運転席に 人がいること前提としている自動運転レベルっていうのが3なんですよね。ただこの画面で映ってるのはもう後ろの席に座ってて完全に車に運転任せてるんで、レベル4もしくはレベル5の可能性がある。でレベル4は特定の地域に限定した場合における完全自動運転なんで、もう風景見てると海とかもういろんなところ走ってるんで、もう最高レベルの自動運転技術が搭載されている可能性がある。
And this, so they were joking earlier about what the movie version of this would look like, right? Like, so this is a callback to that concept, like in the movie, right? Like, they'll probably just get a girl to play Sam, right? Like, because of course they will. Why would they have a trans actor? Right? Like I said, like Sam's really going through a lot here. And yeah, there are side quests that we could access the treasure boat to get, but again, we're just speed run. We're not doing them.
Yeah, we don't need anything from them.
Yeah. And then this is the last few sets of cutscenes. Can you face your words? Can you face your fears? Can you face your very self?
And Sam finally hits a breaking point, and we are actually going to go face
the boss of the chapter. Are you going to face your very self? Is foreshadowing. Let's get back in the car.
All right, so this boss has a quick kill. This one's very
今の人の、人類の技術でやるんだったら高速道路みたいな分かりやすく
nuclear era meltdown is hellish.
As long as I get my inputs right,
白くて
completely free, but it's also very, very fast.
車線が敷かれていて、今どこ走ってるかっていうのが判断しやすい場所での自動運転レベル4、ギリギリかな。でそれでもまあ運転席に人がいないといけないんで。
And we will pause damage briefly to match time. We don't maximize our damage to keep the phases from
気
changing.
づいたらまた、4人になってるんで、ちょっと色味が違うかな。
You know, very like in a lot of stagger-based games where it's like I need to make perfect fight. Yeah, that phase change, we skipped over all the mechanical effects of it. You were never real to begin with. Farewell.
So in phase 1, the boss only counterattacks. In phase 2, it'll start actually attacking you, and it kills everybody except Sam, reduces her to 1 HP, and you have to like recover from that. And it's very, very slow.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, the dead name picks a duel.
I'm feeling a Berg this
Berg?
time.
Let me Berg.
Who wants a Berg?
Berg.
Berg.
I do enjoy milkshakes or food. The 6th option, big fan. But we can be Sam-like after a full chapter being Sam-like and take a Berg.
We can take a milkshake later.
Yeah. If we've got any more things we want to read, by all means. Otherwise, I have more lore Bible to read through. We're going to do we're actually going to do less menuing here. Because we want the bleeds. We've already got our bleeds. Our endgame bleeds are right there, right? But we do want to get some other stuff from this chapter. In terms of buys, but not quite as much as before.
All right, just wanted to, give an incentive update. Fighting the Seal Guardians still needs slightly under $1,000 more to happen. Singing Eyes on Me is just under halfway to what that needs, needing slightly over 500. Philip is in the lead for naming Squall, Giannini is in the lead for naming Rinoa, and Irish Jig is in the lead for the concert music. Okay. So remember to select those incentives when you are donating so that they count towards what you want it to count towards.
Yep, definitely donate for those. We're coming up on it. We do have a little bit of extra stuff we're going to do at the end. But this is our last shop. So if you enjoyed the shop scenes, enjoy them now. While we're doing this final bit of menuing, I will talk about the platonic ideal of the atom. The only thing on the subject that Sam Anand's father was willing to
あ、
talk
気づいたら装備ランクが7になってますね
The。power of the atom lied exclusively in the hands of the divine order, and they refused to share it under any circumstances. Nothing that could even produce radionuclides was allowed in man's hands. All I can tell you is that during the Forgotten War, the heavens gave us the knowledge for nuclear power in exchange for my entire generation,
レベ
keeping
ル
the events of the
8
war a secret.
ランク
hence
8
the
から
name.
あと10って数値も出たん
Heavens got
で
the fool's end of that bargain. I'd refuse to talk about that
多
hell.
分もう10が最高ランク
Gonna stay at that amount of money right there. Let's see. You need. No, not you. You swap bleed to you.
And yeah, we're coming up the final chapter. This is the last shop, but we still have a bunch of gas to grab. So we definitely want to make sure that we have plenty of money for the gas of the final chapter.
You two are all set up. Did I get that on this one? I did. I got add heal. You got taunt. You need another fixed point. I got to rank that up. We'll start with that one.
Let's see. Is there another?
Then I just need a life, which I think I got some of those. I did. Perfect. So bleed, fixed point, ravage. Making sure everything's all right. Yeah, everything looks good.
I love the lore Bible. But yeah, you'll note that our boost hasn't calmed down because that was the 4th battle. So as long as we don't fight anything else on the way, we'll have boost from the middle of Act 2 until the final battle. That's
Yeah.
convenience.
Yeah, the back half of the game for this speed run is very cutscene heavy. There's just not really a lot of fights to have to deal with anymore.
Yeah.
Also, Sam's palette is still screwed up from the last chapter.
Yep, Sam gets to carry that palette with her for the rest of the game. And yeah, this chapter has a lot of very deep stuff because we are now in the part of the country that is fully machine deviled, right? Like humans that behave like humans are in short supply at this point.
Yeah, they run the gas stations. That's about
That's
it.
about it. They're at the gas stations. The shrines exist without them, right? But yeah, the treasure boat right, has quests sometimes. But yeah, we are deep in enemy territory. So you can see, right? So this is the joke. Sam's in front, despite being the healer, and like, and this chapter is revealed that they have her stand in front so they can stare at her ass.
で次の戦闘がレベル
just like,
8今の
I mean,
装備も
we're
多
skipping
分
basically all the
8が最大だと
story
思うんで
speed run, but, I would absolutely recommend playing through this just to do
倒せるかなってところ
It's fantastic. Like I said, I love the lore Bible. Love Sam. Love everything
一
that's
旦給
going
油
on
したのかな
Huge fan. So talked about playtesting for a second. We talked about boost a bit back during the playtest. We found a bug where the boost affected what you could buy, not just your combat status. So if you had an item and then boosted, or like you were 1 rank higher, so then you bought the new set of items, which made you 1 rank higher. So you bought the next set of items, so you were 1 rank higher.
Yeah, that's. I kind of wish that bug still existed, to be honest.
That would definitely make it a lot easier. That would make Chapter 2's boss a lot. Would probably make it shorter. Who knows with his weird scripting?
If you could get all the way up to like rank 7 or 8 in Chapter 2, that would be really busted.
Yes, it would be. So yeah, it was small oversight. That's what we playtest for. And a couple of times here we are going to see the only real major glitch in the game at this point. I mean, it's a game, right? Like, but you can see kind of the skip. You can't see the skip anymore here. There's a start to skip for certain cutscenes. Actually, it exists in a lot more places than are visible. And so you will see, as we come up in the end game, you will see a couple of places where it's just like the screen flicked between 2 positions in an instant. That's because we've invisibly skipped a cutscene. You've been seeing us skip over like the radio in some places, right? Like small stuff, but the real kind of heavy skip comes later, or comes in the final boss run.
すごい今探してて今2300キロ走ってんですね右上の数値のカウントアップ
There's a lore book entry that literally describes the last boss. In its entirety, it is the Agi's Sword of Fate. What fate has in store for you when you face the ultimate adversary? First, 2 angels will try to stop you from fighting the machine devil early. They will say it's to protect the natural order of things, but they don't know their fated purpose is just a test to see if you're strong enough to proceed. a cultist will summon the Machine Devil. His first form will be easy, but deal constant damage over time as the world starts to burn. His second form will test your power over each element. And then Grace Morningstar will die.
That's ominous.
a little ominous.
All right, last refuel. I still have 17 gas points left. That's
Whew.
basically you need about 250 to be able to finish once you hit chapter 4. Okay, here's the no, that's just a regular.
雪かこれ雪
No, no, no.
見
We're
え
getting
ね
a couple of, there's an additional difficulty mechanic.
もうちょっとさパラパラ
Access
と
to more stuff. And that's what those red bars there are indicating. This is it. This is the Machine Devil fight.
こんな大雪の中こんな速度出したらスリップしますよ普通に
To boost through all of it. These are the two angels. As the fate thing said, that they are roadblocks.
I equipped the wrong thing.
Oop, that's fine.
Thankfully, you can run from boss fights.
That's right. Put you right back where you were. The only thing you get from running away is survival.
I wanted.
What did we miss here?
I put Ravage instead of Rust.
Oh, yeah.
I saw the R and I'm like, oh, that's right.
Yeah. No, Rust.
ああまあでもなんとなく目的地近いのかなって感じする
We have Sam doing a lot of healing. So we have two special things going on here. First is a Rust/Detonate. Rust adds a stagger over time effect as it increases, which is very important when we're having one of our characters kind of not do Ravager damage. Angela has two abilities on her boards called Fixed Point. Fixed Point moves the stagger gauge to 90% of whatever the enemy's full stagger is. On these two guys, whatever, right? Like stagger gauge is small. The next bosses have stagger gauges of 400. Being able to start those combats and go immediately to 360, very, very useful. And then, yeah, Rust kind of gets us the rest of the way there.
We also have Add Heal equipped right now, which is the most broken healing ability in the game.
Yeah.
It starts at healing you for 10 at the beginning. It's a full party heal, heals you for 10, and every time you use it, it increases by 5, up to a maximum of 90.
Right, so in normal combats, like that's not really a big deal. Combats don't last that long. In a 4-phase fight where you were never pulled from the fight at any point to reset that, it's, yeah, like every time Sam's turn comes up, everybody gets all their health back. By the end of this, because we get to build it up during this fight, right? So by the end of this fight, we just have a huge, AoE heal going, and it only gets bigger. That is, these are tanky things, right? Like, thankfully, besides being an RPG speedrun, we're not really under level. We could be higher level, but we're not under level, right? All right, here's Dylan Southwind, the guy that killed Emily by accident. Oh, well, all right.
So much for that.
検索やのち
Welcome to the Machine Devil. This is the
わあマシンデビル
Machine Devil fight. The soundtrack to this is exceptional, and I recommend everybody find it and pay the people involved. Just to leave. This is the phase of the fight where if you had items equipped, they would be Johnny Vancho could explode them. This is because of the 5-slot system, we don't have any healing items accessible. In the initial release of the game, those slots didn't exist. He could blow up your stuff from base inventory. You have Phoenix downs, you have full heals, yeah, get pounded, absolutely destroyed by the items you did not use. That's really not as much of a thing with the 5 item slots. But that story was not lying. It's just we've been kind of nerfed with the addition of the item slot thing because the flip side of
でも毎回90回復するスキルは使ってるんですねこの黒い人が
This is the most dangerous part of the fight.
Yes.
わあすごいラスボスっぽい
Taunt.
Yeah. So this, as the
ソロ
Clue mentioned, we are doing. This is a elements fight. It is 3 enemies with 3 different elements that you need to balance the damage that you do across them effectively, so as to keep them from doing things that ruin your day. And so we'll be doing a lot of target switching. The music gets even better if that was possible. Yeah, we're all nuclear because we use that fun size at the beginning of the chapter. So we can hit every element. We don't have to switch boards to deal with that. Because that's normally how you deal with elemental.
ゴリゴリ減ってるけどこれは V 破壊的なあれか
Carries through different boards.
Yes, that's an important thing. The vanilla taunt carries through normal boards. Not every taunt does that. It might even only be that taunt, but it's definitely valuable as a tool.
Because you have to kill at least 2 of these simultaneously, or they'll just revive each other.
Yep.
No more indecision. This is a warning to all under heaven.
Yeah, no, we're just burning them down pretty straightforwardly, but we'll be moving to the third and the last phase of the fight is hits. It is also kind of like this, but also there's kind of a lot of stuff happens. Right, this is the second stanza of what we were told, right? The balance, the boss tests your elements, but the third part is coming up.
Heal off.
Get the heal off
Just in case. I've had bad things happen.
Welcome,
倒し
welcome
た
to Genesis,
マシンデビル。
chapter
なんか急に、
2of the devil song. And whoop, we skipped cutscene skip.
Taunt.
We're back
fixed
here.
Point. And I gotta go to this. Rust.
And so yeah, we're reapplying effects. The music cuts out here because things are no longer in any real sense. So yeah, what happens is Grace
なんだ何が起きてるんだ
goes
これは。
back to previous hero, time.
パーティー分断されたのか。
Hero passes the torch to her, and in 1,000 years, in theory, the next hero will arrive.
違う違うのかなあー、やられちゃった。
And the cycle continues. That we need to burn that ravage bar up because the left section isn't available. We are holding off on using life until this point, that explosion, because we need to get people up. Oh
boy.
No!
I'm not.
Fate calls, but she's not up.
I got it on the wrong.
Oh, Sam's barely.
Oh wait. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
I didn't see Fate Call hit.
Yeah, it's like Fate calls. You're there if you can get her
フェイ
up.
トコール。
Okay, time is in just a moment when I dismissed the message and time.
GG.
Yeah, we don't have any
と
items equipped. Sam's the only one that can
ということで GG。
Sam goes down, you're done.
Yeah, I didn't notice that the rust
Yeah.
actually pushed it just high
お
enough.
お
It was
お
just a really
お
bad timing when that
何が起こったのか
explosion
さっ
hit.
ぱりわからなかった。
That was scarier than it needed to be.
Yeah, that was scary. I'm like, wait, what? Why is Sam's health bar empty? Oh no! Got there. Whew. Yeah,
Okay.
Again, you can reset the battle at any point, but resetting it at the last fight in the last phase with the stagger bar almost filled, that's what we call time loss.
Yeah, that's like a 6-minute fight. So
All right, and then sorry to spoil.
一応この
it's not
後ですね、
together.
ビット達成ということで、
Sam was.
おそらく
Sam is now Sam
DLC のボス
princess
と戦闘するっていうショーケースがあると思われます。バトル・オン・ザ・ビッグ・ボードウォーク。
There's a road Bible thing for this that is really good. So there's a joke made in here. If I can find it in time.
DLC ボスなんかな ?DLC コンテンツを走るのかな投資で。まあちょっとわかんないし、見てみないと。
It's going to dump me in a very small room that has access to all the DLC content. So it'll be a couple of minutes, and then when the credits finish, we'll move into that.
Yeah, there's a story.
3つの選択肢から戦闘するか、チョップ行くか休むかみたいな繰り返していって、最終的にここまで来るわけですけど、だいぶボリュームありましたね。2500キロぐらい走ってましたね、最終的に。
No matter what, if he sang it, you couldn't resist it. When he took the throne 30 years ago, the divine order made part of the
普
ceremony.
通にやったら10時間とか20時間とかかかるんじゃないかなっていうぐらいのボリューム
I
が
get the symbolism and all, but it's a bummer because regardless of your feelings on the monarchy, that is an ability that is hot as hell. Dude put the Dom in kingdom over heaven, if you know what I mean.
今回 RTA なんでね、会話全部スキップされてましたけど、実際どういう会話するのかなとかすごく興味はあるんですが、いかんせん日本語しかないっていうのがやっぱハードルが高いっていうのが、そんなに難しくないのは分かってるんですけど。
Across her face because what we didn't see of the kill Grace thing, yeah, Teen Devil had that sword at their side on a chain, just murks her.
Yeah, you see, like right after we did Fate Calls at the very end, she gets hit for like 150 damage.
Yeah.
And that's the intended way it's supposed to happen. She's supposed to die at the end of that fight, so to speak.
Yeah, to put her in that that passing the torch cutscene. Actually, something funny happens in that too. Agi at first assumes that she's like the healer of the party, where it's like she picked up the sword from her husband or her boyfriend or whatever, and Grace is like, "Excuse you, I'm the hero." and Agi's like, "Oh shit." Well, I guess that's the future. Agi has a really good message there, and he's like, in 1,000 years, some kid will come here hollering at you about justice. But the important thing is that you let the spirit of your times be your guide. Right? Like, I am what I am. You are what the future is, right? Like he's not like, oh, what I did was okay. He's like, no, like, let the spirit of the times be your guide. Your times, your guide, right? Like, you don't need to look backward at Agi, the hero from 1,000 years ago.
トビフォックスさんが曲提供してるんですか
Yeah, no, this is a great one. Any chance to get people into this game is a chance I'm willing to take. It was the MTI, which you knew was a playtester from a while back.
I've known MTI for a very long time, and MTI was actually the one who pointed me in the direction of this game. I didn't even know it existed until he put out a post. I think it was back in 2021 or something?
Yeah, 2021 when the game came out, yeah. And then there's me, which was the surprise to Dragondarch.
Yeah.
Like, wait, what?
Yeah, MTI put out the post, and it's just like, I'll take a look at it. And then I played it for a little while, and then got sucked back into Final Fantasy XIV and forgot every other video game ever existed.
Hey, have you heard about Final Fantasy XIV's free trial? Can I interest you in a free trial that will last the rest of your life?
I don't need a free trial. I pay for it.
Oh, so do I.
Anyway, credits are over. We are going to be doing the Battle on the Big Boardwalk DLC.
That's right. Yeah, MTI, I know, found at least one good one too. The demo, the playtest had like, here's the end, like, don't go past this and fight the last boss. MTI fought last boss anyway. Battle on the Big Boardwalk.
Yeah, if we could get
Timer reset.
Yeah. We get the timer.
そうですね、バトルオンザビッグボードウォーク、これをこれからやる。
This is a fairly short one.
Yeah.
We're going to be using all the same equipment that I had at the end of this run, which is going to make it a little bit easier.
一旦タイマーリセットしまして、また1時間10分やるわけがないんで、まあ10分ぐらいかなとは。
And as I'll note, the DLC is now with the game
12分か。
packaged in. Earlier, it used to be a separate purchase for Fate of Another World and Battle on the Big Boardwalk, but now it's all in one package on itch or Steam or Switch or what have you. Like, this game is available for you.
この操作さんの記録が57分なんで、57分プラスの12分で1時間10分と結構キワッキワの EST 設定してますね。
Oh, that's the yeah. I don't know. Can we interest anybody here in some karaoke? Because the battle theme changes into the karaoke mix of the battle theme.
All right, are we good to go? All right, we will be beginning the Battle on the Big Boardwalk in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Good luck.
All right.
はい、ということで DLC グッドラックです。
Anytime after Chapter 2 starts. But yeah, we go on the beach episode. So first we have to find some swimsuits. So Grace is going to pick a few out for Sam. Grace, excuse me.
Sam's not very interested in that one.
Why did you pick this out, Grace? What were you thinking? I was thinking I wanted to see a hot girl in a tiny swimsuit. That's all I got.
All right, let's do some remenuing here. I do need to rank down again, which is the whole point. The entire reason why I held on to these rank 1 trinkets the entire game.
So we can rank down here because, as I mentioned, you can do this at any point in the game. So the enemy scaling is appropriate for every point in the game. So we do the same trick to rank ourselves down, not because it gives us more money, but because it makes the
こ
enemy
れ勝負の状況は地図なんですかね。わかんないな。
with the low rank stuff.
さっき見たのが8だったんで。
Difficulty back to story mode for right now.
The free
引
heals
き継いでるような気もするんですけど。
for story mode.
Yes.
The free heals keep us from having to deal with menuing of any sort of. What? Wait, what?
Note that Jill just left the sword sitting in the sand, which is kind of irresponsible.
Yeah. If you fan of Final Fantasy XIV, if you're a fan of Greg, meet Jill Gamesh. Gilgamesh just ran into your sword, left a different one there, the Zansetsuken, and
I like Grace's answer to this.
Grace's
little
answer
maze
is
here.
much better. Give me my sword back. Jill is an extra-dimensional sword thief.
迷路をフィジカルで破壊するな。
Partner Anne. Yeah. By Anne Cadu. That's right.
You say whatever you want.
You say whatever you want. The feral Anne Cadu will become your friend, basically no matter what.
Actually do want to equip items now.
Yes,
So
we want some legal
legal
fireworks.
I'll put those in 3 slots, and then I'm going to take some Phoenix Iced Tea in the last 2.
Yep. Great puns. Legal fireworks, auto stagger. Very useful tools when we actually care about that. Sam briefly gal pals the two of them. Oops. just two extra-dimensional lesbians being pals.
And now we're going to have to go through Jill's trials.
Yeah, you know how Gilgamesh in Final Fantasy usually is more of an annoyance than a threat? Welcome to Battle on the Big Boardwalk, where Gilgamesh is more of an annoyance than a threat.
And now, unlike back on the road, we actually do have random encounters here, and we cannot flee from anything here.
Yep.
So this is why I have the down rank, because I have to fight all of these.
All right, karaoke's up. There's something in the air, the cloud of dust that trip me hostile.
まあでも浜辺なんで基本的に海産物か。海産物
Yeah, you're not going to get much time to
ですよね。
Sing this song. And then, yeah, the reuse his sprites because that's economical and smart. Reuse your sprites if you're making games. It's not wrong. Final Fantasy Legends series did it for the entire game.
Just use different colors, that's all.
Yeah, use different colors, use different names. It's fine. Don't forget the old ways. They can be good. I don't remember that guy. I assume he's one of the people that you meet on like the side of the
Yeah.
road at some point.
You have to talk to all 3 of these characters, then talk to Jill, then talk to all 3 of these characters again.
Like I said, more annoyance than threat. This GLC does have some rewards to it. One of them being that you can switch between the Zansetsuken and the Sword of Fate, and they have different effects. The other one being that it has a slew of DLC items that are all references to other video games done with their permission.
Also, here's Zantetsuken.
Zansetsuken. We send the enemies to the Windows 95 domain. Oh. One cut. You can only use Zansetsuken once a fight, but what a use. Sending enemies to the Windows 95 domain.
I hadn't thought of the Windows 95 domain. I thought it was the Shadow Realm, but
ナーシカとサラマンダー。あ、ようわからんけど
I'm
ね。
pretty sure that's the reference there. It's not an exact copy, but the green rolling.
サラマンダー感あんまなかったな。
That's what it screams to me. Personally, anyway. But yeah. And yeah, we're seeing
アブソリュートテラー。
previously. Those kind of weird pillars, or like these are enemies that are available in the main game. We just don't interact with them because we take any fights in the last half of Chapter 2, Chapter 3, or Chapter 4.
exactly. Like, there's a lot of sprites we never even saw, and we won't actually end up seeing.
Yep.
All right, so now we get to go through the big maze. Now it's
The
not
big maze.
Now, unfortunately, it's not just a bunch of sand that Grace can just plow through.
Yeah.
We actually have to go around because the water's slightly deep.
Yep. Not enough to be a hassle. I don't know why. I guess Grace is wearing like not actually swim clothes, just beach clothes.
I mean, we're on a beach.
Yeah, that's fine. Just doesn't lend well to going through the water necessarily.
It doesn't look that deep though. Like,
Yeah,
it doesn't.
seems
It's just like
shallowish.
light blue.
We have the upgraded jerk patrol. Only in color, sometimes. And then yeah, there's the orange colored ones. Boom, boom.
I ever wonder if they're supposed to summon the other color ones and it just doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know. Who can say? Not me.
We're about halfway through this section.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more. This whole thing comes down to how many random encounters we get.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I've had one where it took me like 6 minutes to finish it. I've had another one that took me like 10.5 minutes because random encounters. That's
Yeah. If we have any more reads we want to do from the hostess, that this is a good time. We're getting on to close to the end of this walk.
All right. Well, we have a $26 donation from Boogie Poppy, actually our host for our next run, saying, shoutouts to Tumblr. Also, hi, Stump. Thanks so much. And there's been a bit of there've been some updates to how the incentives have been going for the next run. Fight Seal Guardians has gotten a little bit more. That's at 780 out of 1,750 it needed, so less than 1,000 to go. And Squall 2 has pulled ahead for naming Rena.
All right, yeah, get those incentives in. This is the next run, Final Fantasy VIII. Again, big
Rust
fan.
on that one.
Yep, we're menuing again.
So you can do this fight downranked, and it's very, very easy. But we're not going to do that. We're going to fight Jill legit here. Let me give you that. It doesn't matter what's on board one, outside of Sam having Rust, and then she needs. Where is my?
need life for haste.
We need life. Just so we have haste on this board.
Yep. You can see that abilities will sometimes change into a gray thing that shows their passive. We didn't do a ton with that, but we did use fast in the main game, and you're going to use fast again here. So the first board is actually active. Going to use our manual boosts. Put us all boosted permanently.
All right, here we go.
And here's the Gilgamesh and Enkidu fight. Battle on the big boardwalk it is.
We're going to apply Rust immediately to Jill and then switch to Anne, and we're going to just Zantetsuken her to Windows 95.
Yep. You can't Zantetsuken Jill, but you can Zantetsuken Anne. So now it's just the Sword of Fate effect is gone.
アンっていう人なのかね。
We won't have access to that stagger, but we don't really need it because we have illegal fireworks. Boom, staggered.
I can just imagine just in the middle of a fight, just launching up a big bottle rocket.
Yeah, lots of bottle rockets. So the Earthbound run was a few hours
こ
back.
の人で DLC は終わりなんですかね。
This game has so many good things. The Valentine's taunt being just kind of like a bubble. It's like, oh, fight me. This game has just so much.
This fight is going to go relatively quick. Time is going to be when I dismiss, when the screen kind of fades to black afterwards.
Yep. And yeah, certified death blow, sword of fate.
必殺技。読める。読めるぞ。
Yeah.
唐突に日本語。
That little action breaks through a lot of stagger. We need to reapply it and continue. Stagger slows down enemy actions. It doesn't stop them, but it does slow them down natively.
Yeah,
あ、いや、よくよく見たら、
that's why in the final
下のこの使ってるチェーン、相手が使ってるじゃないですか。運命のチェーン取られてる。
as I could.
あ、この人から取ったのか。
Jill, I just got a little bit of cutscene left.
You reacquire the sword of fate.
And time.
GG.
What's up,
はい
man?。
ということで GG です。
All right then. Well, that was getting the car loser. I hope everyone here enjoyed. I certainly did. I was a little amazed they let the game in with how strong some of the language is in this.
Yeah.
Big shout outs to Mechalink for jumping on the comms chair for me here,
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure to work with you.
and a shout out to Christine Love
さっ
as
きも
well.
ちょろっ
the
と話しましたけ
creator,
ど、
owner,
これ見た目以上にボリュームある
which is,
Love Conquer
ゲームだと思うんでね。
Conquers all games and lead
興
developer
味
of
が
this game.
ある人はちょっとね、買って遊んでみてはいかがでしょう
Yep,
か。
Crystal Lee on music.
Steam で今2800円でね、売られてます。まあ、日本語対応はしてないんですけど、もしかすると有志が日本語化の
Copy and actually
どうなんでしょうね。
going through the story and seeing it proper.
Yeah, if you wanted Sam to be a little rowdier, those dialogue options are available. If you wanted to be gothy and mysterious, that option's available for your dialogue too. There's a lot of good eating on this table, so to speak.
前日談なんですかね。天使の人一緒にいたから、ああ、でもそうか。この後天使の人いなくなっちゃった説あるのか。
Thanks everyone.
まあ。お話が知りたかったらぜひ買って遊んでみてくださいっていう感じですね。
That run, that was getting the car loser.
はい、というわけで、ゲット・ザ・カルチャーの RTA プラス DLC の RTA でした。
$500 in donations towards
はい、
that
それでは
instead.
次のゲームの準備してまいりますが、ここで一旦お知らせですね。
Blushing at him.
ちょっと長いこと配信 PC 動かしてたんで、ちょっとだけね、ほんのちょっとだけお休みさせてください。まあ、ちょっと10秒ぐらい。10秒ぐらいお休みしてまた戻ってきますんで、はい、チャンネルは回さずにそのままでお願いします。
Fighting Steel Guardians
一旦
is at
配信を再起動かけます。
$750 needed for that. Singing Eyes on Me, 486 out of 1,000.
はい。なんで、ちょっとだけ抜けてください。
Concert music and for the namings. Concert music, Irish Jig is in the lead.
はい、それでは再起動後の画面までね、ごきげんようって感じですね。はい、
Currently ahead on
完
that.
成いたしま
Only
す。
by $1 over the next choice, so it only takes a small donation to change that. And for Squall, Philip is currently